Okay, so at this point I'm thinking about collage and her dress and looking at the papers that looking at my reference card that I made in the beginning. I really love these circles, and the circles go kind of with this halo that's around her head. So I have this piece of paper that I made, and I don't know if I have enough, so I think I might need to make some more, and I can show you what that's all about. So this is the it's tan deli paper that I got from Amazon. I went to my grocery store, but they didn't have any deli paper or sandwich paper. They only had wax paper or parchment paper, and it's not quite the same. So this is what you might get your sandwich wrapped in at a deli. And so I'm really liking these dots, and I really want to use this for her skirt. So we're going to do a little bit of mark making before I tear that apart and glue that down. So I'm just going to leave this a full sheet. So for this you're going to need a black acrylic or black gesso, and use just whatever you have. I'm using carbon black. There are different shades of black, so if you like some shades better or one goes better than another, then I recommend you do that. So this is carbon black. It's golden open, which is all I have, so it's going to take a little bit to dry, but that's okay. I'll just do this. And this is just a cork from a wine bottle, and I am just pushing it down, and I'm kind of twisting it a little bit. Does not have to be perfect or beautiful. The paper that I'm working on that's covering my table is textured, so I'm also getting a little bit of texture in my mark making. So I'm going to do this whole thing in dots. That's not a very nice dot. You could use your thumbprint if you like finger painting. I don't really like getting my fingers dirty. So this making your own collage paper can be a good way to warm up. And just kind of loosen up. If you ever played a musical instrument, or if you played sports, there were always warm-ups. You know, when I played piano, I had scales, and that warmed up my hands before I played the music pieces. And then same for track. You know, there's exercises, running, you know, some jumping and stretches to kind of get the muscles warmed up. So these kinds of mark making exercises, or making the reference card, that can kind of get you into a warm-up mode for your painting time. All right, let's see. So this piece also has, I'm going to wait till that dries. All right, so this piece that I like also has some pastels on it and some other marks. So get out, I would recommend getting out some of your pencils and your other mark making tools, crayons, and start to scribble around a little bit on this painting. So you might do circles. I like to get my watercolor pencils wet. And if the acrylic is still a little wet, that's even better. This is my Neocolor yellow ochre. And that light brown just random scribbles. And that pastel, I really don't want to get black on it, so I'm just going to try to pick the ones that I know are dry. What else do I have? I have the sepia tool, sepia crayon. No, I don't like that one so much. Maybe it's too gray, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. All right, and I am also, I can see I have a little bit of blue in here. I think that is from some watercolor. And so the other thing that you can do, especially if you have some scuzzy water, which I do on my table behind me, is if you've got water that's kind of black, blackened, or it's dirty water, I would recommend getting some of that out and spreading that around also on the paper to kind of discolor, so it's not, oh look, some of the acrylic was still wet. Maybe that'll be a happy accident, maybe not, but that's okay. And I think I will blot it also. And what you can do is take another piece of deli paper and blot it. This one I have just to keep another one on hand. then you can blot it, and then you've got some design on another piece of paper. And I like how that looks better now that it's, I've taken some of that off. I'm going to go ahead and transfer more of that wetness around there. So that's kind of even spread over here now. So, happy accident, I think so. Okay, and where was I? I was thinking about some blue, a little bit of blue. All right, so I'm gonna let that dry, and then we'll come back and put our collage gown together.